Well. First off, I wanted to applaud Jimmy's courage in allowing me to get up here with a microphone. I knew he was starting to reconsider this request when my first question was, what can I talk about in this speech? But here I am anyway. My name's Casey Kennedy, and I've had the privilege of knowing this handsome gentleman since his first day at the University of Maine. I'm extremely honored to speak at this amazing event, and I'd like to start by thanking the people that made it all possible. First, Colleen's parents, Chuck and Maddie. You guys knocked it out of the park with Colleen. She's an amazing combination of beauty, intelligence, and absolute party animal. On Colleen's first trip to Maine to visit Jimmy, I assumed we wouldn't see either one of them all weekend. Balancing a long-distance relationship, I figured the last thing they'd want is to be swarmed by a gang of East Coast weirdos. Boy, was I wrong. Colleen insisted on meeting Jimmy's crew, and she came in like a hurricane. There was a new sheriff in town. So again, congratulations on an amazing daughter. I'd also like to thank Jimmy's wonderful parents. Michelle, I know you're back there. From the first time I met you, I realized you were an incredible lady. You opened your arms and your house to all of Jimmy's friends on countless hiking trips and Saco River debauchery. Your graciousness, shaking. Hold this for a second. That's nice. That's really nice. You're shaking. Michelle, your graciousness and your love is all the more amazing because you've granted it despite the constant worry that I'd be the one that got your son arrested. However, your constant warnings did not go unheeded. I've kept my promise and saved my run-ins for the law for times when Jimmy wasn't around. I'd also like to take a moment to thank Jimmy's dad, Edmund, an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Jokester, and one of my all-time favorite barbecue grill masters.
Ow!
Well, he isn't sitting next to us right now. We know he's here in spirit. Now, on to my man, Jimmy. It's funny, when I started to think about Jimmy's speech, I was flooded with a ton of memories. From our days in Phi Kappa Sigma to sharing a tiny apartment, a way too tiny apartment in South Portland. All the way through today, we've had some damn good times, brother. Unfortunately, very few of these stories were allowed through the vetting process. I mean, how could I possibly talk about spring break in Miami in such a fine venue and among such lovely company? However, if anyone would like to catch up with me after this speech, I'd be happy to fill you in on those details.
Ow! I'll be there.
Undeterred, I began reaching out to Jimmy's wide circle of friends, and the request was simple. Can you guys send me a story or two about adventures with Jimmy? One by one, the texts and calls started coming back. And each started the exact same way, and I quote, "I've got a great story about Jimmy, but I don't think you can tell it at the wedding." I was starting to panic, and that's when it hit me. When in doubt, just start from the start. It was a beautiful late summer day in Orono, Maine. I was unpacking my car in the Phi Cap parking lot, getting ready for my junior year, and my buddy Joe and I were grabbing some gear from my car, and we saw a cute girl walking by the house. We waved and said hello, you know, like young gentlemen do. And surprisingly, she walked over and introduced herself. We invited her to come over to the house for a barbecue and a party we were having that night, and she said she'd love to. things were looking good. It was only during the night's festivities that she informed us that she and her boyfriend were transfer students, and that we should meet him. It was immediately agreed upon by everyone in the house that whoever this guy was, he sucked, and we needed to get rid of him. To our surprise, this character had the guts to come by the fraternity house a couple of days later. And despite our predetermined agreement that this boyfriend had to go, when we met Jimmy, our opinions changed immediately. By his second visit to the house, we had adopted him as our own. That is the power of Jimmy. With 100% of the cards stacked against him, he won over 25 random guys and became an indispensable friend, roommate, and brother. In no time at all, Jimmy had become the go-to guy for all situations. His prowess in foosball made him feared far and wide. His ability to smash a volleyball at approximately light speed made him a top recruit. And when it came to needing a buddy for beer die or to mess with rival fraternities, Jimmy was your guy. Jimmy's easygoing attitude and ability to flawlessly deliver any line from Wayne's World, The Sandlot, or any Tracy Morgan skit from SNL mixed perfectly with his prowess for recreating the Thriller dance everywhere we went. Outside of Michael J. Fox in a werewolf costume, I'd never seen a human being cling perilously to the roof of a truck, howling like a banshee in the moonlight around hairpin turns, until I met Jimmy. The people of St. John still whisper about the mythic tween wolf that terrorized the small island for one harrowing fortnight. Over the years, Jimmy continued to amass a collection of nicknames that would make most rappers jealous. There was, of course, Tween Wolf, Jimmy James, Jangles, Chong, the Anteater, and of course, one of my personal favorites, the Grizzly Goat. The Grizzly Goat was derived from Jimmy's mythic bear-like upper body strength, juxtaposed by his self-described chicken legs, that somehow propelled him effortlessly over rocks, trees, and vicious terrain around the White Mountains like some sort of majestic mountain goat. However, it was only at the bachelor party that a new nickname emerged. In between Jimmy massacring us all in paintball, betting the farm at a backwoods casino, and blazing our own trail up a random mountain, that we saw the rare gem that Jimmy truly was. A creature too weird to live and too rare to die. A legend so bizarre that most would have considered him just a myth. He's more majestic than a goat. He's been upgraded to our very own rainbow horn unicorn. No matter what we call him, though, one thing's for sure, we're all incredibly grateful that he made his way into our lives. It's rare to find someone so authentic, funny, gregarious, and down to earth. Jimmy and I were recently talking about the keys to a successful relationship and what made Colleen such a perfect fit for him. Just like when they first met, you can feel the enthusiasm pour out of Jimmy when he talks about you. Colleen, you found the best hype man. He gushes about your brilliance and your work ethic at Apple, how you effortlessly draw people to you like a supercharged magnet. Whether they're old friends, family, or perfect strangers, you're always optimistic and ready to generate fun in every situation. Anyone that's seen you start a spontaneous dance party or belt out Journey knows that Jimmy is incredibly lucky to have found such an amazing partner. Colleen, I could go on all day about how your smile lights up the room, how contagious your enthusiasm for life is, or your natural ability to bring out the best in everyone around you. But everyone here already knows that. So to close, I'm going to tell you something that I think is even more incredible. When I asked Jimmy how he knew that you were the one, his answer was simple, straightforward, and bulletproof. He told me, "Dude, she's the female version of you." So, you're married. On that note, if you guys could raise your glasses. A successful marriage requires falling in love many times and always with the same person. Here's to a long life full of love, you two.